A very good Friday morning, everyone. You are watching Asia Business First. We're coming to you live from our Marina Bay studio at DBS headquarters in downtown Singapore. Well, Christine, it looks like it's the end of the runway for Taiwan's third largest carrier. The company's board has approved plans to shut down the carrier, and all flights have been suspended. How hard is it to choose these companies when there is no standard definition for corporate social responsibility, or when most companies are actually self-reporting on this?
Sure.
Let's take a look at the numbers. More than 50 cruise ships will be sailing in Asia this year, totaling more than 1,000 sails. Now, the dwell time is how long it takes for containers to be offloaded from the ships, like you can see here behind me, and then for the ship to actually exit the port. 1,000 cars and motorbikes are added to the streets of Jakarta every single day. This construction site will eventually become a new train hub here in Bangkok. 1932.
Yes.
This is sort of where it all starts. Is it a level playing field? Because it's a great strategy, but if it's not a level playing field, it's quite difficult to execute.
There are a lot of people, not necessarily in China.
But it's tiny, especially in comparison to its northern neighbor, China. With that in mind, I recently caught up with the Prime Minister of Bhutan. So when you hear Donald Trump say that he's going to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement, are you afraid of contagion at that point, that other countries will get on board? Or does it make you concerned?
Well, I am concerned.
Because after all, it's looking for patterns. And people, they have habits, but sometimes they surprise us. Well, as you mentioned, Christine, this briefing is going to start in about 40 minutes' time, and we are going to be hearing from the British High Commissioner, Scott Whiteman, and he's going to be very much focused on trying to ease investor concerns after this historic vote that took place just yesterday. The UK, of course, deciding that it wants to leave the EU. Is there a sense when they're talking that every vote may count this year? We look back at the 2000 elections, and it really was the overseas voters that ended up letting George Bush win Florida. As you can see from this chart, since 1980, the only other president to preside over such a strong economy was George H.W. Bush. And this is in very stark comparison to the negative growth rate that Barack Obama inherited back in 2009. I'm so excited to meet Pepper because she can pick up on human emotions, so I'm hoping that she's going to realize that I'm long overdue for my afternoon pick-me-up.
Well, Pepper, meet Toni.
Hi, Pepper. And then it magically puts the creatures into your phone, and then you go around chasing these Pokemon. As you can imagine, in the places where this is already happening, it's led to a whole host of really funny, silly stories because you have people walking into things or even disappearing in the middle of the night.